hard, right? The reality is this, family. If you haven't walked in someone's shoes, you just don't know. I want us to be people of the word. We should be people of the word. But know this, people of the word disagree about what the word says. And even among Seventh-day Adventist Christians, we don't see every issue the same way. And yet we still worship together. The better question is this: can you worship? Can you live with? Can you be kind to? Can you be friends with someone who doesn't embrace all of your beliefs? And if you can, what would stop you extending that to someone else that you believe sins differently than you? Now here's the reality, and I'm open to this. I'm going to tell you right now, if a person comes up to me and they tell me, Pastor, I am not convicted on this point. I believe that God allows this and God accepts me just the way that I am. That if I were to try celibacy, I would burn in passion, I would go crazy, and I'm just going to pray that God understands the thorn that is in my flesh and that his grace will be sufficient, and they are not condemned by their conscience, they can worship here. You see, this is a hospital, and everybody comes in with different ailments and for different reasons. There are some kids that are in hospitals not because of something that they ate or something they did wrong. It was because of something that happened from the womb. And doctors treat them. We should be no different. All you have to do is look at the scars in our Savior's hand, and you will know that his grace is sufficient. And some of you right now, the temptation is this, and I'm gonna stop you before you go there. Well, Pastor, for some it'll be different. The thorn in their flesh will be different, but I believe that if this church becomes a church that welcomes a community of loving, unconditional loving people, I believe that God's grace is sufficient. Amen. And that God will take the responsibility to finish the work he began. If we could just find ourselves at Calvary, we would realize that at Calvary there's a place of unconditional love and acceptance. I want you to know that there are people worshiping among us right now that are in same-gender relationships. There are some that will be coming to this church that are already here that are raising children in a home of same-gender relationships. Are we going to dedicate these children? Are we going to accept these families? Are we going to allow them to be a part of our growing family as we all strive in Jesus Christ to grow more into his likeness? If you're willing to